Hey everybody, this is Mike and Chip and Karlan Troyer down here at Tackle Shack, and this is the Winner's Circle episode 4. You guys caught just a couple days ago, you saw our live video talking about my win at Lake Maxinkuckee. So these guys, the weekend before, actually won the Premier Circuit number 2 at the Dallas Chain. That's a place that I fished a lot growing up, so it's always cool to see good weights come in tournaments. You guys had a heck of a bag. Was it a little over 15 pounds? Yeah. That's solid. That lake's got some, a lot of keeper fish in it, but it's hard to catch big ones. They caught 2 really big ones. And now they have the lead in the Angler of the Year standings for Premier, so we're going to talk through that, kind of how they caught those big fish, and obviously that was the key to victory. You catch 2 big old giants like that on the Dallas Chain, that's going to get it done for you. So who caught the biggest one? Who caught it? Was it
6'3"?
6'3" in a tournament.
He missed it a couple minutes before with a Texas.
He poached his fish. I see how it is. Hey, at least it was a team. I've had co-anglers do it when it wasn't a team. So, how do you feel about the Dallas Chain overall? Like, what were your feelings toward it before this tournament, and like, what did that prior experience kind of tell you about how you wanted to fish this tournament?
Past couple of years, we've caught some big fish, and we've figured out mostly where they like to stay, what they're eating, right? And we go to the spots, figure out where they're at, and catch them.
How boat draw wise, what did you guys get in this tournament?
We were both one.
Hey, it was although being that you caught it on a jerkbait, probably could have been, but maybe not a spawning fish, probably in a spawning area, if I had to guess. So it's definitely, let's face it, you fish some of these lakes this time of year, there's a few that come to mind, but hey, boat draw can be a big thing, but you can't squander it. Like, you can't draw boat one and not know where to go. So it's important. I think that's where practice comes into play a lot. Did you guys practice for this event, and how was your practice for one, and kind of, did you know immediately as soon as you drew boat one, you're like, yeah, we know exactly what we're gonna do? Okay, so walk me through a little bit, like, how did practice look for you? What did you see that you were so excited about?
We'll go and I'll fish how I like to fish, and he'll go fish how he likes to fish. And then at the end of the night, we'll go back to the house, talk about what we had, show pictures of who caught the biggest fish and whatnot.
Nice.
But then figuring out where we want to start in the morning, which we chose his spot because he was like, gut feeling, that's where I want to go.
He's like, we have to do this. Yeah, we can't go anywhere else. So what did you see there in practice? Obviously, we're not going to name the place or anything, but what did you see there in practice that you were so excited about?
Well, first of all, I went into the area. I made one long cast. I felt him, and I decided I was going to set the hook, and it ripped.
Oh, boy.
It ripped. And I was like, shoot. So
the worst possible scenario.
So I retied. And I kept going, and I made one more cast, and I probably shouldn't have, but I set the hook 3.5 pounds.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, and then I just released it. I turned around and went back out. And I said, it's done. And I went home.
I mean, it's a place that has big fish, but a 3.5 pounder is a big fish out there in the tournament, So like, you see that and immediately you're thinking, okay, if we can just catch 2 like this and some 2-pounders, like, that's a good bag. Like, we'll take that, but then it turned out even better.
If we hang it out in there all day, we would have an average of probably that. But the first fish was 4.3.
Okay. And that was quick.
On a wacky worm.
Okay. Hey, it is the time. It's the season for the wacky worm, though. That it definitely is.
And then the next one came in the drink.
Okay. Wow.
That's what we call it.
And so I know you guys as fishermen, I mean, is that not like your confidence bait and one of your confidence baits, like the wacky worm and the jerk bait? I mean, so I think that's a lesson too. I mean, that's 2 very different techniques in the same area, and one, you caught a big one and then you caught a big one, like back to back. So, you know what I mean? It just pays to fish your strength. I mean, 2 big ones on 2 different baits to start the day. Were those your first 2 keepers? Or what? Are you serious?
Yes,
so you had 2 fish for over 10 pounds, like right off the bat.
Well, when I caught mine, it was right after we took the triple hook out of his hand.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. What?
That's right.
Yep, treble hook in the hand.
Yes.
Okay, was it from your jerkbait?
No.
Okay.
But you know what? Over the years, me and him got really good at that.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
Everybody needs that.
The braid trick? Is that what you guys did? Okay.
That is.
Yep. Yep.
I'm telling
I've
you
not
guys.
had to do it, man. Like, I know it's coming, and I think I'm fully prepared to do it one day, but I've not had to do it yet.
Yes.
So, were there, I mean, like, did you have to choose between there and other areas? I mean, was there, like, ever a
I
point
think
where...
it was no doubt we were
Okay,
going to that
okay,
spot.
cool. So, like, when it was boat one, it wasn't like you guys had to be like, man, dude, I kind of want to do this. You realized, yeah, we're going to go do
I was
this and we'll see what
thinking-
happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking.
Well, because there is another place on that lake that I know is very popular, and obviously normally boat one goes there, which is past where you guys went, and that's what I would have, like, when I saw the weights, I thought, well, they're like, oh yeah, they were boat one. I'm like, you know, I mean, I'm just like you would have thought, like, I was like, that's probably where they caught them, you know, but anyway, good job. I mean, it's good decision making. So beyond all that we've talked about, what do you think gave you the edge? I mean, apart from catching a 6-pounder in a tournament, what is the reason you think you had the advantage over the other guys?
I would say I fished with my dad since I came out the womb,
Yep.
I assume.
Similar scenario for me. I mean,
So
I understand.
we know our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, and spending time on the lake.
Yeah,
I can pretty well tell you, like we did the Monday Nighters last year, and I didn't fish no other tournaments, but I spent a lot of time on the water.
Yep.
The areas that we fished,
Yep.
and I could almost guess the weights.
Oh yeah, and you guys had a really good
We
season
had a
last year.
good
The Monday
season
Nighters.
last
Yeah,
year.
yep.
We did.
I remember talking
We
to
did.
Jeremy Bischoff
Not
about
to
that.
brag or anything,
Yeah.
but
Oh
we-
yeah, no, I'm just saying. Yeah.
We had a fun time.
I agree because I've had, like in the past few, I've had some great seasons. I had one rough season, and well, at least you know it felt like it was a rough season, and that was the year I bought my house. Something about continuously getting out on the water. I don't care if you got 2 hours to go, or 5 hours,
Yes.
or 10 hours on a Saturday. It's just something about launching the boat, going out there, going through the motions.
Yes.
You know, it just keeps you in the zone. And everybody is different in tournament fishing, but like Randy and Mark, Randy's in here talking about how they never practice. Like, they just show up at tournaments and they just go fishing, you know? And it's just crazy how much different everybody is.
Because there's a lot of tournaments, a lot of Monday Nighters that we fished.
Mm-hmm.
I might have went four nights in a row.
Yep, yep.
And I went there that Monday night, every one of the tournaments
got it
right
done.
there. Yeah, I might have spent 15 hours on it.
Right.
The hard thing about that is when you find fish, it's hard not to stay in that spot and catch them.
Yeah.
It's not for me, it's for you.
Yeah. Here we are talking as guys that have fished around that area forever. I mean, forever. And it's like, those places, even though you have long experience and I have long experience, they're different lakes. I hadn't been there in a year, and I went back in some of those, like, what happened? Like, the brush is gone, they're dredged now, like, it's totally different. I'm like, where's the slop?
Yeah.
Like, it's too pretty now.
I haven't been in them since they're dredged,
Yeah.
but it should improve this one.
I agree, 100%. And I think I think it's a chain of lakes that's improving. I really do.
Yeah.
There were some years that, like, in a Tuesday nighter, you come in with a 3-fish limit for 6 pounds,
Yeah.
and people are like, man, nice job. Like, that's a
Yeah.
good bag. And now, like, it's better. It's
Yeah.
9,
Yeah.
10
I'd
pounds.
say- I'd say the last 3-4 years for the Dallas chain, it's really turned around. We've caught a lot more bigger fish than what we think
Yeah.
in the last couple of
Yep,
years.
100%. What do you think is a common mistake among other teams? Guys that maybe, struggle to have good finishes consistently, what do you think they do wrong most often?
I'd say if you find a spot with fish, you stick it out till a certain point or time, and then move on to your next spot. And
Yeah.
it's just having a lure in the water, trying to figure out what they're biting.
Yep.
Because I know a lot of time, one of his problems, not trying to criticize,
You can criticize each other. I'm just saying don't criticize other
but
people.
I will be fishing the one thing that they're biting. And he's just like, oh, if they're biting that, they gotta bite the jig. And he'll throw that thing for hours and hours, and finally I'll say something. I'm like,
That's
put it
enough.
down.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I hear you.
it's throwing your favorite bait, and if they're not biting it, it's hard to find
Yeah.
another bait to throw
Yep.
that you have confidence.
Yep. And it comes with time, I think. There are guys that only have confidence in a couple things or in one spot. So then they're kind of handcuffed. Like, if what they're doing doesn't work, they're just like, oh, I don't know what else to do, And it's hard. You can win tournaments like that, but it's hard to be consistent. Like, over the course of a season, if you are one of those one-dimensional guys, you're going to have some rough tournaments.
Yes.
Bottom line. If all you like to do is throw a topwater, there's going to be 2 tournaments a year where it's right down your alley. And there's going to be 4 that you're lost. I mean, that's just how it's going to go, you know?
It is.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep. You're going to hit home runs and you're going to strike out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it's going to play.
I think the next best thing, if none of those things are working, you just go put your trolling motor down and you go fish.
Yeah.
You go
Fish
fish.
what looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fish what looks good to you, where you think a fish might be.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Don't let your head spin.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude,
Easier said than done.
that used to be my problem.
Yep.
Is my head once I see. I'm not saying and it might still be. You can ask him.
Oh,
you understand what I mean?
It's still hard to do.
Yes. Once if your day doesn't go the way you think, I go into a panic mode.
Yep.
Don't do that.
You can feel it. It's
Yeah.
something in tournament fishing, and you guys, I think this will speak to you. I think you'll know what I mean. There's a point where, like, for the first hour, you're still calm. You're like, it's okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Then you get 2 hours in, and you're like, okay, what's happening? There's a point somewhere around lunchtime where if it's not working, your chest starts to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and you start fishing faster and faster, and you start thinking about places you caught fish 8 years ago. I've been, like, even, in big tournaments before on lakes. I had experience almost 3 days of practice where I'm just like, I am lost. Like, I can't get a bite. I have no idea what to do right now. And yeah, just don't panic.
Yeah,
yep.
exactly.
At the end of the day, man, it's a fishing tournament. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. The worst case scenario is you put it on the trailer, go home and eat dinner. Like, relax. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is exactly right.
Yep.
That is the most important thing.
Yep. You guys have got a handful of tournaments left, all local fisheries. I think you've pretty much got some experience on all of them.
Except for where the classic's going to be at.
Where's that?
Palestine.
You've never fished Palestine?
We've never fished Palestine.
And we have never fished Webster.
What?
I did for
You did?
muskie and pike,
Wow.
but that was.
Oh,
I've never
it's better for that.
I have never
Super
been on
bad.
Webster.
No kidding.
On
Okay.
Palestine.
Okay. Well, both of them, they're both good lakes. Both of them are lakes that I enjoy. I actually fished a tournament on Webster a couple weeks ago and it stunk. But we did win with a little over 11 pounds. You guys fish it in the summer, it's going to be a lot more than that. I mean, the weights are good there. But anyway, with all these lakes coming up, we'll let you answer separately. You get one bait. You get one bait for the rest of the Premier Series, all from Duke's Bridge coming up this Saturday, all the way through the Classic. Which bait do you pick, Chip?
You know what.
Just say it, man. That's fine.
And I know a lot of guys don't like it, but if I have the wacky worm in my hand, my friend, I am good.
Yep. We live in the right area for it. It
Yeah.
catches fish. And I will say too, when you guys are seeing this video, it's somewhere around the middle of May. It's time. It is wacky worm season.
That thing has got me it's made me a lot of money.
Yep. It's like driving a moped in a bad economy, right? Like it's not you're not gonna brag about it, but when people see you saving money on gas, they're like, man, that's pretty cool. So
I'm just being honest.
Nobody's watching a guy throwing a wacky worm down the bank and like, man, that guy's really cool. But when he comes in and weighs in a big bag, then he's a winner. So I get it. Yep. And then what about you, Karlan? What do you pick? You get one.
I'm also gonna have to say wacky.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hey, it gets it done. That's it's when nothing else is working, it's a good thing to turn to.
When we lived in Florida, and every time we went down to Florida, there was a certain time of year where the wacky worm is just on.
There's nothing, like I said, it's a bait. I think if you threw a wacky worm all year long, you would catch more bass, even than a Ned rig. You would catch more bass than any other technique there is.
I mean, the quality might not be there sometimes.
It can be though. I mean, that's not to say it can't be, but yeah, I mean, I would agree to an extent. I just think small fish are more likely to bite it, but I've caught a lot of big fish on a wacky worm too. I don't know where I'm fishing yet this weekend. I can promise you, regardless of where it is, there's a wacky worm tied on. The same boat.
Just my son, he's been in my boat ever since he could crawl.
Yep.
We fish a lot of them.
Yep.
We really do.
Oh, and that's natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Where my dad and I fish totally separate.
I know.
Nothing alike at
I know.
all. Yeah.
And I tell you guys, if you have a son, fish with him.
Yeah. Best memories of my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
100%. Yep. And they just, hunting and fishing both, but I agree 100%.
I'm proud of you.
Yep. Hey, it's just awesome to see because it's the same situation really that I had growing, and you guys fish tournaments like crazy, and I love to see it. So you're going from one lake that you have a lot of experience to another lake where you've got just as much experience. Duke's Bridge is coming up. It's coming up, so we're kind of at a weird time. It's May 17th as we're filming this, or somewhere around there. The spawn is happening, but maybe getting toward the tail end. So what do you guys see? Obviously, don't say exactly what you're going to do, but what do you think is going to happen in this event?
I think, okay.
Don't give up too much. I'm just saying.
You know, for me, I think the spawn is, it's running out.
Yep,
it's
winding down.
Going, it's winding down. It's going away. I think to adjust, you're gonna have to find where they're feeding, where they want to go, and what they're gonna eat.
Yep.
I mean,
kind of where they're going and not where they are.
Where they're gonna go.
Where
they're gonna go, because from now on they're gonna go out to their summer homes.
Yep. Agreed. And the thing with Dukes is that there's a lot of shoreline cover. So with Dukes, what makes it hard is that some of them are going to spawn and stay shallow, and some of them are going to spawn and pull out. So it's like, it's pick your poison. Again, it's a situation where it's like, man, there's a lot of things that could happen, and it's going to take a good bag to win. It just always does there. You know, if I had to guess, it's going to be 16 or more, pretty much guaranteed. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. No wacky worms allowed though. not allowed to do that, but it'll be a fun one. I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Me too.
So that will be the next episode. So episode 5 of the Winner's Circle will be highlighting the winner of the Dukes Bridge tournament. Maybe it'll be you guys again. We'll have to see. But keep it rolling. Like I say, they are leading angler of the year now, so they are in the driver's seat. Still early in the season, but you just gotta stay consistent and pull through. So we'll be pulling for you here. Hopefully we see you guys again. And hey, again, if you want to be on the Winner's Circle, win yourself a local tournament. You know, we're waiting. I guess I was our first repeat guy, but we didn't do that one on YouTube. So we're looking forward to doing more this year, guys. Congratulations again on a good win, and fish on.